All right, gang, we're going to talk about supplements real quick. So, why you should take them, what's the deal with the companies that we offer at the gym. So first of all, why you should take supplements. So supplements are going to give you, they're going to move the needle by 10 to 20% depending on the deficiency that you have and depending on how deep in the hole you are. So for instance, if you can get better sleep, that's going to move the needle by 20%. You're going to get 20% better results by getting better sleep. Okay, if you can work out harder, longer, faster, more repetitions, more weight lifted, that's going to move the needle by 15 to 20% also. Okay, if you can recover better, quicker, that will move the needle by 15 to 20%. I do think that every single person should take a multivitamin, which I talk about in the below video. I actually go over the paper that I wrote for my master's degree in nutrition, basically kind of dispelling the myth that you don't need a multivitamin. You do need a multivitamin, okay? At the very least, you should be taking a gender-specific multi-dose multivitamin, and I talk about that in the video below, right? Multivitamin is really the only supplement that I think everybody should take. Well, and vitamin D. I do think that everybody in New England should take vitamin D, or in the Northeast should take vitamin D, and they should take that with vitamin K. You just take that basically just because I would bet a large amount of money that you are deficient in vitamin D. So multivitamin, that's the only thing that I really think people have to take or should be taking in terms of like to just kind of cover all of their bases. The other stuff I think that people should be taking if they can afford it and if they want to get better results. And you got to think about this, right? A 10% improvement in results, if you lose 20 pounds, let's say that you lose 10 pounds every month for 6 months. Okay, that's 60 pounds. That's an extra 6 pounds. That's half a pant size, just taking a couple pills. Well, let's say you lose an extra 20%. Same thing, 10 pounds every month for 6 months, that's 60 pounds. That means that you lose an extra 12 pounds for taking a pill, right? An extra 12 pounds, okay? That's a difference between a pant size or a dress size. I always find it humorous when people will go to the doctors and the doctor will prescribe them this medication, which is a pill, and the people are like, oh yeah, okay, I'll just shove these pills in my mouth, right? Well, you don't really know what the pill's going to do to you. You just know that this guy who you theoretically should be able to trust is giving you this thing that is supposed to make you feel better, right? Well, we are people that you can trust, and if we tell you to take something, chances are that it's going to be in your best interest to take that, okay? Now, we are not a company that just randomly says, you know, take this supplement, take that supplement. Any supplement that we offer our members, Jamie and I have taken first for a number of months to make sure that we can actually feel a difference. Then we use it on the employees so that the employees can make sure that they actually feel a difference before we actually offer it to any of you guys, right? That's important to us because we want to make sure that if we're going to offer you something, we know it works, right? We can feel it ourselves and we believe in it, right? So why do we use the supplement companies that we use? First of all, 2 of our supplement companies, so we use 4 companies, 2 of them, Biotics and Metagenics, are pharmaceutical grade supplements. So what does that mean? That basically just means that you have to have a medical license to be able to sell the supplements, those 2 companies. Now, one of the companies, we were able to use Jamie's sister's nursing license to be able to offer those supplements. And then the other company, I had to basically plead our case. And so I used my different nutrition certifications in addition to Masters in Nutrition to be able to basically get those supplements, okay? The other 2 companies that we sell, Prestige Labs and Thorne, they are very, very good companies, but they are not pharmaceutical grade. The pharmaceutical grade just means that those other companies are going through a much more stringent process in order to be able to offer their supplements to medical care providers. All of the supplements that we use are all third-party tested, okay? And what does that mean? That basically just means that an independent lab takes a sample of the product. So for instance, let's say Prestige Labs, they make 10,000 units of Intra, okay, which is a workout recovery. So a third party testing facility comes in, they take a sample of those 10,000 units and then a random sample, and then they test those 10,000 units to ensure that the ingredients that Prestige Lab says is in the Intra bottle are actually in that bottle in the appropriate levels that they say are on the back of them. Okay, and this is a really big deal because a lot of times you go to GNC or CVS or Walgreens or Walmart, wherever you get your supplements from, and there's no third-party testing. Over 90% of supplements that are offered at those stores that I listed do not have third-party testing. Okay, and generally speaking, the supplements that really work, like testosterone boosters, fat burners, those supplements tend to have ingredients in them that are either banned by the FDA or are not listed in the actual ingredients list because they have a bunch of different health issues that are associated with those specific ingredients. So like testosterone boosters, this is really common for testosterone boosters to actually put in legitimate testosterone into the product, okay, which is illegal. They can't do that. But because nobody's testing them and nobody's following, like in terms of the government, there's no sanctioning body, they can get away with it for a couple of years before somebody actually, before somebody dies. In the case of a couple fat burners that were taken off the market because of illegal ingredients that they put in it that were not listed on the ingredient list in the back of those on the back of the bottle, right? So basically, if you're taking stuff from GNC, Walgreens, Walmart, CVS, you are taking literally your health and your life into your own hands because you're taking stuff that you have no idea if what's actually in there is legitimately in there. There might be something in there that's not listed on the label that you're deathly allergic to that you have no idea because you never had. It's like some weird herb from the Philippines, and you take it and all of a sudden your face breaks out and rashes and it's not a good scene, right? Don't do that. For like $40, it's just not worth it. So that's a reason why I do think you should take supplements. It's going to move the needle 10 to 20%. Which can be a substantial amount in terms of results. And also the supplements that we offer, they're all third-party tested. They are almost, 50% of them are pharmaceutical grade. The other two are very, very high quality. And we take them. We trust them. We pass that on to you guys so that you guys can get the best results and have the best access to the best supplements. So hopefully this makes sense of why you should take supplements and why you should take our supplements.